Cheese Wizard. Hello. How are you? Wait, Cheese Wizard. First of all, you're white. Second of all, what's up with... guess we'll start with a warm-up game since you know what they say. It's been so long since you've been here, Cheese Wizard. What have you been doing? Have you been just... I don't know. Have you just been doing some cheesing so you could not watch streams? Chilling? You mean cheesing? You're the cheese wizard. You've been wizarding the cheese. Wait, I wonder if this is working the way it's supposed to work. Eula. How was your day, Cheese Wizard? Wait. I actually forgot. Cheese Wizard. What? Oh. Why is it in Polish? Oh my god. We'll have to deal with it. I'm gonna play Doom in Polish. I have to make it visible on screen again. Also... Oh my gosh, I have to fix it. Yeah, that's right, we're playing games today. So... Game capture. A new version of Doom is here. Doom enhanced add source. Not Clip Studio. So, Cheese Wizard, how did you find my stream again? Hmm? Many months ago, I think, when you first talked to Loner Box about something. Oh! So you're here from the Loner Box community, yes? I think it was about Israel-Palestine. Or about genocide. Usually it's about genocide. I usually talk about genocide. That's my usual modus operandi. I guess since you're here, I assume that you liked what you've seen. Pre-October 7th, so we must have discussed genocide then. must have discussed whether or not the Holocaust started in, you know, when the Holocaust started. Yes, it's in Polish. Deal with it. Oh. You're gonna have to deal with the fact that I'm playing Doom in Polish. Oh my god, you're gonna be learning the language. I'm playing the enhanced Doom on Steam. How exciting is that? And in Polish as well, for the most part. You can see that the game itself is in English still. Koszmar! It's true. Taka jest prawda. Takie są fakty. Wszyscy przychodzą tu słuchać mnie, jak mówię po polsku. I nie rozumieć nic. Właśnie dlatego nikt nie przychodzi. By słuchać moich wywodów na temat różnych rzeczy. Dotyczących życia, filozofii, polityki, historii, wojny, pokoju. Okay, I'll stop now. I don't think this amuses anybody. Or does it? The music is remastered as well. Wow. We have reached a higher level of dooming. Right? Hello, Greater Rain. It's very, very remastered. I'm used to the old PO soundtrack. I can. If nobody likes the new one, then I can always switch to the old one. There's an option to just switch back at any time, I believe. But if you want me to go back, I am amused. Oh, you are? Wait, should I just stream in Polish and see if anybody can decipher what I'm actually talking about? Is that a thing that the crowd demands? Also, if you want me to switch to the old music, you have to donate or subscribe and not be white. There you go. Hell yeah. Heck no. There you go. You should do donations for the new soundtrack. Oh, really? Alright then. There you go. If you want the new music, then you have to donate. You're right. You're right. You're so right. Please subscribe or donate to hear the new soundtrack. For 10 minutes. There you go. I'm just flailing. I'm gonna make everybody motion sick. Whoops. Ooh. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. So many viewers. I cannot believe so many of you at once. I only have a pistol. I really only have a pistol. Whoa! Whoa! Exit. I want to get a new gun or something. I should be able to get a new gun or something, no? Extra payments for non-Lucy sound effects. That's right! Why, don't you like them? Don't you like my sound effects? What's wrong with my sound effects? Uh-oh. Extra payments for me to not suck at this game. What did that accomplish apart from me just losing a lot of health? Oh, never mind. I can go out now. I got my extra weapon. I'm almost dead. So was it worth it? I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if it was worth it. Let's look for some healing whatever thing. Shall we? First aid, whatever thingy-majiggy. We are going to level up. We're going to ascend to not being almost dead. This will be our mission, our special objective, our new paradigm, our new... Zapisz grę. Nowy zapis. Hold on. Nobody voted in the thing. Nobody. Even though there's like 8 people, nobody voted in the voting thing. I can see a bleak future. Tak? Actually not bad. Should work out my lighting. Oh. How does that lighting work actually? What happens if I get into the water? Voting thing? Yeah, in the YouTube chat, which I cannot see right now. Oh, I guess I'm just Jesus. I can walk on water. That's amusing. I thought I'd die actually if I went on water, but like drown or something like in all the other old games, but I guess. Oh wow, thank you whoever voted Ki Chivrei, probably without knowing what it means. Very much thank you. Oh wow, okay. I was so desperate that I'd be in trouble, but I guess the only fear to fear is to think and zabójstwa, przedmioty, sekrety. Ukończono. Map 01. Entryway. Czas. Record. Wow. Yeah, that's right, we're playing this game in Polish. Rozpoczynanie. Thank you. Thank you, friends. I remember playing this game. I remember this level from my house, actually. Doom My House. They stole this level from Doom My House. I know my Doom lore. I'm such a campy cheater. Campy little cheater. Look what a campy little cheater I am. Awful gameplay style. He's hiding in the corner, little coward, and shooting at the enemies. I was actually there at that stream. What stream? Oh wow, really? You were there at that stream? We were discussing the history of the person that actually created that. There was this myth about the person that was found, and some person was dead, and the friend continued or something. Oh. Something open here. Wow, I'm so good at this game. Such a pro. I'll keep saying until I die or something, inevitably. Oh, the My House Doom. Yeah. Easy game. Okay. Am I not doing well? Am I not doing great? Beep, 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 beep. Ooh, I believe there's a button for running. I got the red key. Well, that was easy. Am I just that good in at this game? Write in the chat. Am I just a pro? pro doomer. Not a zoomer, but certainly a doomer. Right? Listen. So what other streamers do you watch apart from Loner Box, Cheese Wizard? And what made you choose the name Cheese Wizard? Is it because you cheese in games? Like me? Oh wow. Oh yeah, we're supposed to watch a debate. Ah, I forgot. Silly me. Forgetting about a debate. You wanna watch a debate with me together? Comment on it. I can still play Doom while watching the debate. It's a win-win. Super Shotgun. Mostly Dylan and Loner Box. I did used to watch Sunday sometimes. Oh, why did you stop watching Sunday sometimes? That's right, Arka. I'm playing Doom while getting to know why people watch me. Who specializes in creating forms of magic? Wait. But what does that have to do with cheese? I'm still not sure about that part. What does that have to do with cheese? Where does cheese come in? Tell me about the cheese. Cheesy. Has everything to do with cheese. I'm listening. I'm curious about the cheese. Also, how do I compare to all those other streamers? Dylan, Lonerbox, and President Sunday. Rate me. Rate my performance. Live, on air, in front of 8 billion people that are watching right now. Ooh. Oh. Wow. This is amazing. I did not expect that to happen. I can't divest too many of our secrets, I see. We can rate my performance as a wizard. I feel... Oh! I'm doing so well. I feel like we can rate a debate. Together, we can watch it. Hehe. Dead. What was that? What's happening there? I'll give you a Briar of 10. What does that mean? Briar of 10. Does that mean that I'm excellent? What is a Bri? out of 10. Huh. What the hell? What is this thing that I cannot see? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, it's a thing. It's a cinema jig. Oh, you can chat. Type of cheese. Oh, wow. You really are a cheese wizard. Die. Die. Uh-oh. The hit? Whoops. Looks like I died. What do you know? I told you extra payment for me to not suck at this game. I take your rating back. No! No! I did my best. Isn't that enough? Isn't that what we're all supposed to strive for? The best that we can do? Without judgment, without prejudice, without being looked down upon just for our poor performance? Isn't that what it's all supposed to be about? Camaraderie and love? And not this harsh, cold looks that I'm getting right now. Where did I... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's my latest save. Whoopsie. Huh? Huh? I sneezed. That must mean someone, well, sneezed twice. That must mean someone said something nice about me just now. I've been talked nice about by someone, somewhere. Wow. The cheese haters. You got a cheese wizard and a cheese hater. I sense conflict in the chat. Incoming conflict. Controversial. Team up. I can feel this is gonna be tense. It's gonna be a tense stream. Begins to cast level 9. I knew it. I always suspected. This is gonna be a drama stream before we know it, even though supposedly I don't do drama. The community is tearing itself apart over cheese. And I cannot do anything to stop it. We're gonna save the game. Zapisz grę. Nowy zapis. Gra zapisana. Nowym zapisem. Gry. Cheese will start World War III. You know what? We're gonna react to a debate or something, because I have to give you visual stimuli, or else you'll like dip. Do you like? I do like cheese. I do like all sorts of cheese. The only cheese I don't like is that strange cheese with maggots in it. And you don't want to know, don't look it up. Tiger King debates Destiny from prison. We're gonna watch that.
I'm supporting.
Perfect, isn't it? Alright. We're gonna make the game more quiet. And we're gonna watch it together like a family of 10. Gonna watch it like a family of 10. 9, I'm sorry. Hello, fake Alec Hal Parker. You're just here for a debate. Gonna be toxic and bad. And we're playing Doom as well. Destiny debating a guy from prison.
Trump right now.
Now this is what you're here for. I bet. You are here for watching Destiny debate a guy in prison.
I'm sitting in prison, and I know this. The only reason anybody's getting behind her right now is because she claims she's black.
Joe Exotic with limo waiting outside prison fails to get Trump pardoned. Pardon for what? What did he even get? 22-year sentence in a Fort...
Right off the bat, that's a really silly thing to say. Why would everybody get behind Kamala Harris because she says she's black? Oh yeah, she says she's black. No, now she has to be our president, of course. That's the most logical and well-reasoned thing I've ever heard. Isn't it? Do you know why everybody voted for Trump? Because he claims he's ginger.
Worth, Texas prison for his conviction on charges they participated in a murder for hire plot. Jesus.
Jesus.
Wait, what did he even do? I thought he was just like on a reality TV show. Is his last name really Exotic? Known professionally as Joe Exotic, a nickname, the Tiger King. An American media personality, businessman who operated the Greater Exotic in All Park. The lady he wanted to murder runs Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa. They battled it out for years. The Big Cat Rescue. Wait, is it the same thing on YouTube?
Damn. Murder mysteries being solved before our eyes.
The owner of Big Cat Rescue fed her husband to her tigers? Wait, like after he was dead? Like his body? Or like had him killed like that? That's the theory? Look, he's stalking. Look at him stalking. Ooh, and then he stops. Look at him. Oop, oop. Ooh. Oh. Oh, look how cute they are. I think they can put like the big cats and the little cats together and they chill, right? Have you ever heard a lion roar before? It is pretty crazy, the sound that they can produce. If you go to a zoo where there are lions, and you can be like in a totally different part, and when the lion roars, you can, whoa, it's a big sound.
Is
like,
that
holy
really?
shit.
Is that really what people tune in to Destiny for? Is that what it takes? Is this what it takes? A successful streamer? Have you ever heard a lion roar? Of course I heard a lion roar. I've watched The Lion King, so of course I've heard the lion roar. There you go. We all heard the lion roar. We all know The Lion King, the movie. The animated one, not the crappy CGI one, of course. What? What do you mean, wow, Lucy? What do you mean? What do you mean? You should teach Polish on stream. Well, then I'd just have one person watching you. You ever feel like reality is a sick joke? No, of course not. Reality is amazing. We live in the best timeline.
The only thing I don't like about cats is that
They
I feel like
scratch.
it's a lot harder to tell when cats are playing versus when cats are trying to kill each other, as opposed to dogs playing and dogs killing
That's
each
not
other.
true.
I feel like for a dog, it is
That's actually not true at all. You can very easily tell when cats are playful. If you don't know when cats are playful and when they're trying to kill each other, you just don't understand cats. And you should have a restraining order not to be around cats. If you cannot tell the difference, that is my judgment. If you cannot tell when cats are playful, then you just don't deserve to be around cats. And your cat privileges should be taken away forever. And it might sound harsh, it might sound ruthless and heartless, but that is my political prescription to what should happen to those who cannot tell if cats are playful or just trying to kill one another. I never really considered Alliance Roar until I was fully contextualized by Destiny. Now I understand. Listen. I can see I have a DGer in my midst. You said that you watched Dylan and Loner Box, but I can tell that secretly you only watch Destiny. I can tell. I can tell. Destiny's too far? Wait, too far in what? Okay, now I'm curious what you mean by that. Too far in what? And by extension, what are Dylan, President Sunday, and Lonerbox just far enough in? Because you say too far, which implies that all the other people that you've listed are just far enough. That's right, I'm a nitpicky jerk. Damn, the jokes are flying in the chat. I'm about to take a red card. Exactly what? What do you mean? Haven't answered my question at all. I just want to say you have not addressed my question at all. You just said exactly, and my question is, what is Destiny too far in? And what are President Sunday, Dylan, and Lonerbox just far enough in? I couldn't put it better myself. I see. Unless you actually mean physically too far. Literally physically too far from you. A wizard never reveals his secrets. Isn't that a magician? Is that a magician that never reveals his secrets? Not a wizard? Alright, let's watch the lions.
immediately obvious when a dog is like upset and is trying to kill another dog. Like you'll never have a second guess in your mind. But cats look like they feel like they're always murdering each other, except for like kitties when they're kind of like, it's different. But I don't know, man. Cats are, I feel like it's so much harder. I think they're just autistic. It's so much harder to tell with a cat.
What?
I know if the cat's always
Cats are autistic. That's projection, man. Like, okay, you should never be near cats. I'm just gonna say it. Cats should get a restraining order on you. horrible. And what does that tell me about what Destiny thinks about people on the spectrum in general? No, they're not. I understand cats perfectly. I used to have 10 cats. I used to own 10 cats. And that made me a cat expert. I raised kittens from birth to death, sadly. But yes.
When they're playing, like, you look at the cat's tail. I don't think you can tell from the cat's tail. I feel like the best way to tell is for cats, it's their ears. For dogs, you can always tell with their tail. Dogs cannot help their tail. When they're in a good mood, it's like an erection. It's like always wagging. Even when they're trying to be sneaky and they're trying to whatever, like a dog will like hide and he thinks he's hiding and his tail is like making all this fucking noise. The cat's tail will always go like murder mode, but their ears are generally chill. But anytime you see the cat's ears do like the whoop, then you're like, oh.
So when cats are pissed, that is the one thing that is very constant. If a cat is lying down and their tail is going like, that means that the cat is really, really pissed off. If a cat's like, tail is going like smacking, the thing that the cat's lying on. When that happens, you know that a cat is really, really pissed off. I'll just tell you that. That's a clear telltale sign from a cat. They're not pleased with you. See, now you've learned an element of the cat language.
He's in like fucking Voltron mode. He's about to go full.
Oh yes, I have. Oh yeah, I've had 10 cats. Of course I have. Of course I had a cat lash out at me. Especially since one of the cats we've received from a person who had small children, and those small children bullied the cat that we took in. So at first she was really aggressive because those children really took her for a ride. So she started out really being aggressive and lashing out all of the time, actually. And then as time went on, she became calm and chill. Yeah, of course.
Murder cat. Watch this before the debate.
Joe Exotic.
Okay, let's go.
The Tiger King was filmed over 5 years and follows the life of Joe Exotic, born Joseph Streibvogel, a gay, gunslinging, drug-using rock star hillbilly married to 2 men who both later claimed to be straight. Joe owns a park in Oklahoma called GW Zoo, and they have a collection of big cats and employ a cast of characters like a guy who came to feed a bear and just stayed on as an employee for over a decade. Apparently, big cats have this power over people. For example, a woman working at the zoo lost her arm after it was bitten off by a tiger, but due to her love of animals, she was back within 7 days. The employees earned about $130 a week for 12-hour days of hard labor, but they got to live in cockroach-infested motorhomes, eat expired steaks from Walmart, and play with tigers all day, so I guess it evens out. You also get to meet some other big cat enthusiasts like Doc Ansel, who owns Myrtle Beach Safari and has 3 or 4 or 5 or 9 wives, nobody really knows, but his son describes him as a Bhagavan, which means the blessed or fortunate one in Hindu. Another character is Mario Tabraue, notorious drug king.
I have no idea who Tiger King is, so I guess I'm in for a ride. I'm gonna take you for a ride. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Forget it. You don't know what Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is. You've never heard of the game because, you don't like good games. I'm judging you for your game taste. I bet you don't like this game. I bet you're judgmental of this game. I'm running away. Tiger King. What sort of name is Tiger King? Sort of a name is Tiger King.
Kingpin, who was sentenced to 100 years in prison but got out early. He's also an exotic animal dealer and is described as the inspiration for Tony Montana in Scarface.
True crime is still a disgusting thing. What is true crime? I'm actually, weirdly enough, I'm not actually all that familiar with the concept of what true crime is. Is it like a show that describes a crime? What? Why? Why is true crime a disgusting thing? I don't know. Ask fake Kyle Alec Parker. Oh, I've did a thing. I've done a switcheroo. Should be fake Alec Kyle Parker, but I said fake Kyle Alec Parker instead. I've turned fake Alec into a fake Kyle. I died again. I don't like this. Speculation, but I love speculation. That's what the streams that I run are all about. Speculation.
Essentially, they make money by having people come to their zoos, pet the cubs, and experience wildlife up close. But you also get the sense that they all participate in the illegal sale of these endangered animals as well. Joe Exotic would frequently get hired by malls to show off his animals and promote the conservation of their habitat. Everything was going just fine until Carol Baskin, an animal rights activist who also...
If you care about like animal stuff, okay. If you give a fuck about animal anything, okay, I don't. But
wow.
If you do care, a lot of people associated with these...
You can make a case that Disney doesn't care about anything. Bam! Got him. Just happened to admit to this one. Hello, gayest Winston. Hello. Join the page. We're getting so many people here now. Wow. I'm so honored.
Trades treat the animals incredibly poorly. One of the big, I'm being very careful not to blanket here, but like there are a couple things you should know. For instance, when it comes to buying animals, especially with pedigree, meaning they have like you can guarantee the purity of their fucking line or whatever. Like when you're buying animals like this, oftentimes just the breed itself is unhealthy because you have to inbreed them so much, and there are things that are just not functional in animals when they're purebred to a certain point.
That is true, and they get ill, they have genetic diseases. Oftentimes they have, as they get older, some of their body parts may stop functioning altogether, their legs might stop functioning, etc., etc. It's a really big problem, actually. Actually, the whole pure breed concept is horrible if you think about it for 5 seconds, because you create animals that just suffer because, you know, of what was just mentioned on stream, and by me also on stream.
For dachshunds, it might be their bellies droop so low that it causes back problems. I think for pugs, they can't fucking breathe. like their whole life is like fighting, you know, for oxygen. And for other animals that are purebred, yeah, that are bred for aesthetic instead of functionality, yeah, they're just very, very, very unhealthy. Number one. Number two, if you buy from breeders, oftentimes the animals are mistreated or they're very unhealthy because they're just like cash crops for these people. So if you buy from a breeder and you get a new animal, they might be sick and they might die in a few weeks or a month or two because they've got some underlying disease or whatever, because they were either birthed unhealthily, they weren't properly fed or maintained, or the parents, the mother wasn't, taken care of during pregnancy. So buying from breeders can be rough. And then, yeah, like people that do like exotic animals and shit, I don't have any firsthand or super knowledgeable experience here, but my guess is also the same in that a lot of these animals are probably also super mistreated and not cared for, like fed, exercise, and like have good like medical upkeep and everything too. So just be very careful about that. Here's how you say dachshund. I've heard dachshund, dachshund, wiener dog, and I think those are the two that I usually are. I've heard dachshund, dachshund, and wiener dog.
English
I don't know how
you're
supposed to pronounce it, but
show off his animals and promote the conservation of their habitat. Everything was going just fine until Carol Baskin, an animal rights activist who also happens to have a few cats in cages and probably used to breed them, but that's beside the point. Anyway, now she owns Big Cat Rescue and is trying to stop Joe Exotic from essentially doing the same thing she does. Joe describes her as wanting to have full control over all the cats. But wait, there's more, because in 1997, Carol's former husband Don Lewis disappeared and was never found. Law enforcement believe he was murdered. How and where, they have no idea. Joe believes Carol did it and buried him under the sewer. Some friends of Don believe he was fed to the cats. Other theories include a business deal gone wrong.
Have you seen videos of lions getting caught cheating on one another? No. Shane Gillis has stolen some stuff from Louis C.K., like the way he says, it was mean for us to have done that. The tone of words he uses is the same with Louis C.K. when he says it and some other stuff. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's inspired by him, yeah. I mean, to say that one stand-up comedian is stealing from one of the most popular stand-up comedians of all time, that would be a pretty brave thing to do. I mean, I'm sure he probably just watches a lot of Louis C.K., right?
Joe believes Carol did it and buried him under the sewer. Some friends of Don believe he was fed to cats.
Everybody.
Other theories included business deal gone wrong and Don just wandering off. All that's known is that his disappearance came right as their marriage was falling apart. Don's friends recall that the last time they spoke, he was talking about how he was going to ask Carol for a divorce. Other details of the case include the suspicious fact that Mr. Lewis's will was stolen by Carol, and when it was formally presented, it led with, "Upon my disappearance," which isn't usually found in wills. Don was very wealthy and Carol got it led with, "Upon my disappearance," which isn't usually found in wills. Don was very wealthy and Carol got nearly all his assets after declaring him dead exactly 5 years and 1 day.
Is that true? I don't want to research this. I don't care enough to research this. Whatever.
After he disappeared. In Florida, someone who goes missing can be declared dead after 5 years. We got a little sidetracked there, but essentially Carol believes Joe is abusing animals, so emails all the places that he would usually be performing at, telling them not to hire him. Joe eventually renames his traveling circus Big Cat Rescue Entertainment to try to rank higher on...
Do you see Shane and Louis C.K. series on U.S. presidents? No. Carol Baskin's dead husband found alive, but no one noticed until a year later. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care to dig in all this. I don't care that much.
Google than Carol's Big Cat Rescue Corporation. Carol ended up suing Joe for copyright infringement and won over $1 million in the case, but Joe couldn't pay back the money, so the court ordered him to give up possessions. Joe had registered almost everything in someone else's name, so everything that he actually owned, Carol wanted. For example, his watch, which, rather than handing over, he decides to blow up. So everything that he actually owned, Carol wanted, so the court ordered him to give up possessions. Joe had registered almost everything in someone else's name, so everything that he actually owned, Carol wanted. For example, his watch, which, rather than handing over, he decides to blow up. Now would probably be a good time to tell you about...
I feel like almost nothing of this is true, but okay, well, whatever. Well, I'm just, let me just sit back and absorb this passively and not critically think about anything going on here, okay? Just as a quick thing, when people talk about the reason why you have companies and LLCs is to limit liability. You can't, as long as something's in a company name, they can't hold you personally liable for what happens. That's bullshit. That is not true. You cannot in bad faith hide assets or do shit like that with other companies. For instance, we saw that in one of the Sidney Powell indictments. There was actually an explicit name for this, where these entities, for all intents and purposes, are the same thing. What was it called? What am I thinking of? What is this called? Somebody will know it. Where are my tort lawyers?
Where's your Pisco?
Fuck you. There was a name for this, but yeah, you can't just like magically move. Oh, alter egos. Yeah, alter egos. That's what they call them. Yeah,
what?
You can't just magically hide shit in other companies. Like, oh, that wasn't me. I limited liability. But I'm not saying the whole story is fake. I'm just saying that there's no way that like, oh, she tried to sue him, but all of his stuff was just in somebody else's name. LOL. But I'm sure there's other crazy shit. But I don't care. We're not doing this.
For example, his watch, which, rather than handing over, he decides to blow up. Now would probably be a good time to tell you about Joe's internet show, which seemingly only existed for the sole purpose of talking smack about Carol Baskin. On the show, they would do things like shoot mannequins at Carol, send her poisonous snakes in the mail, talk about getting her head in a bottle, and, last but certainly not least, write songs and make music videos about how she killed her husband. The show was produced by Rick Kirkham, who, in exchange for making his nightly series, got full rights to a reality TV show about GW Zoo. Cameras were always rolling, and Joe became paranoid that the footage would get sold to Carol. All footage was stored in the production studio, which conveniently burnt down in what was clearly an act of arson. After all Rick's work went up in smoke, he left GW Zoo, where he was living throughout the production. Did Joe Exotic start...
Wait, I'm sorry. This is very dense with a lot of...
would get sold to Carol. All footage was stored in the production studio, which conveniently burnt down in what was clearly an act of arson.
Okay.
After all Rick's work went up in smoke, he left GW Zoo, where he was living throughout the production. Did Joe Exotic start the fire? No, he couldn't have because he was away at a funeral. Was he involved? Most likely. Meanwhile, in Florida, Carol...
My dad would sell shit in my name when I was a child because of tax reasons. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not a real thing. Your dad might have thought he was being clever or cute or like sneaky, but in reality, the IRS probably just didn't give a fuck because it didn't make that much money. Because I'm pretty sure that even as a child, if you've accounted for more than $600 in income, I think as a child, I don't know if you can even be claimed by your parents anymore. No? Hold on.
Your parents?
Let's look this up real quick. How much money can my child make and still be claimed as a dependent? Oh, wait, hold on. It might be $5,000. Wait, can I claim him as a dependent? No, because your child would not be the age test. Blah, blah, blah. To be considered a qualifying relative, his income must be less than this. No, wait. For somebody under the age of 18, I'm actually $600. I think is the 1099 limit.
This?
But whatever the answer is, you can't just like move income around and then claim people as dependents and not have them file taxes. Like I'm 99% sure that flows through somewhere to your 1040, or it's going to flow through somewhere, and you're going to have to account for that income.
Difficult game.
Do you know what happened to Eli? Was he an Israeli plant? Yes, he was. Fuck, how do I do this? Hold on.
I don't know how you do this.
Does my minor child look hot? Or I need to file taxes if he works.
Oh my god. Why are people so creepy?
A minor who may be claimed as a dependent has to file a return once their income exceeds their standard deduction. For tax year 2023, this is the greater of $1,250 of the amount earned, income plus $400 up to the full standard deduction of $13,850. So your income exceeds the standard deduction. But you
Streamers
can't.
Don't be creeps challenge if possible.
You can't. A child cannot claim a standard deduction if somebody else claims you as a dependent, right? That's essentially what you're doing when you're claiming a dependent. You're basically eating their deduction, right? So they'd still have to pay taxes on it. Yeah. You can't just magically.
You can.
If it was that easy, everybody would do it.
You can
Start the fire?
everything.
No, he couldn't have because he was away at a funeral. Was he involved? Most likely. Meanwhile, in Florida, Carol is still trying to collect on the $1 million settlement. Lucky for Joe, a guy by the name of Jeff Lowe steps up to pay the debt. Jeff was a playboy who drove Ferraris and partied nights away in Vegas. Lowe portrayed himself.
Look at that. Look at this guy's face. Oh, he's got his mouth open and everything.
Oh wow. Animals.
Yes,
open
Lowe
their
portrayed
mouths.
himself as a very wealthy man, and
Incredible.
Joe bowed down to him. The only problem was he didn't actually have any money. Or at least not as much as he said he did. Jeff was a bit of a con man and eventually ended up owning the park, slowly taking it over, beginning with an overhaul of the staff. The first one to be brought on was his handyman, Alan Glover, who would eventually be hired by Joe to kill Carol Baskin. But before that,
What?
Joe would run for president. After his unsuccessful 2016 presidential campaign, he decided to run for Oklahoma governor under the Libertarian Party. His
What?
campaign manager, Joshua Dial, who was a Walmart manager that Joe met on one of his
What?
daily trips to pick up bullets and
Why do all of these? No, that's too many.
explosives, has stated that Joe didn't know what a libertarian was, and running the campaign was the worst decision he ever made. Joe surprisingly ended up getting third in the libertarian primary, claiming nearly
What?
19% of the vote. Unfortunately for Joe, things began to come down fast after an FBI investigation found that he'd hired one of his staff to go down to Florida and kill Carol Baskin. Ultimately, the hitman decided not to follow through, but because there was no crime or proof of payment, the FBI were unable to prosecute. However, Jeff Lowe got his friend Alan, but because there was no crime or proof of payment, ultimately the hitman decided not to follow through.
Wait, what's happening here?
But because
Usually when these old, look at the aspect ratio, right? This is old footage. Usually these cameras could never record these like monitors because they'd always be like flickery or whatever.
Yeah, I
Why do you
know.
think it's not being all flickery and weird on this here? What's going on?
there was no crime or proof of payment, the FBI were unable to prosecute. However, Jeff Lowe got his friend Alan Glover, the same guy who bailed on the murder, to confess to being paid $3,000 to carry out the crime. Whether this was made up by Jeff
What
to
is
get some good
happening?
graces with the FBI is hard to tell. But it did lead to Joe's arrest, and on January 22nd, 2020,
Only CRT monitors have that problem? Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not.
he was sentenced to 2 counts of murder for hire,
This is
8 counts of
suspicious of
falsifying
returning
wildlife
candidate
records,
for-
and 9 counts of violating the Endangered Species Act. He was sentenced to 22 years in prison. In the end, this is
Damn.
really just a story of a bunch of people who hate each other, and although their intentions might have been
Wow, how fascinating. A story of a bunch of people that hate each other. 630k views. People have such low standards. People don't have hobbies if they watch this stuff. I swear to God, people have no hobbies in life. 4 years ago, Joe Exotic is a politician, entrepreneur, country singer, TV show star, and tiger enthusiast. Washington Post, 452 people watching live. Trump campaign in extra buoyancy. Oh, Washington Post has low viewership. Really low. I expect more of you, Washington Post.
good at the beginning, they got drawn down this horrible path, and no animals were really helped in the end. GW Zoo was shut down by Jeff Lowe, but he hopes to open a new Oklahoma zoo in summer 2020. There's also been some talk about him possibly being investigated, and this story is far from over. So,
Oh
until
wow,
then,
how exciting.
thanks for watching.
The story is far from being over.
Wow.
How exciting. Wow, indeed.
How did this even get started? I don't know. Modern day debate somehow.
Gio Travis was a jokester. He was a prankster. He liked to play pranks on people.
Wow, epic prank, dude. You're dead. How long do you think people get away with filing incorrectly like that to try to increase their returns? If you're trying.
Tiger King show was extremely popular during the whole early lockdown period, so not surprising there's a lot of talk about it, especially given how far-fetched the story is. Wait, really? The King show was extremely popular during the early lockdown? I've never heard of it, so I guess I had a hobby during the early lockdown. Shock of all shocks. I actually had a hobby. Watching Vaush debate people. Oh, that was a good use of my time. Watching Vaush and friends debate others. I watch streamers debate feet in public. That's some tiger guy. I watch serious things. Because I'm a serious person. I don't only watch serious things. Alright? That's right. I'm a person of reputation. It was on Netflix. Just the guy's life is a roller coaster. My life is a roller coaster. Ooh. And streamers' lives roller coasters. Are streamers' lives roller coasters too? Roller coasters. Or something. Or the other. Okay, let's just watch this. Let's just continue watching Mr.
Trying to do
Tiger.
tax evasion, like illegal tax stuff, you don't file at all, or you would file and lie, but like you can't file incorrectly because the IRS will catch incorrect filings unless you're like, how to say that? It's too vague a term. When people pay you, or when other people file taxes, they're filing copies with the IRS, and then the IRS matches that up with what you file. So if you file stuff that's not congruent with what other people file, then it's going to flag their shit, and you're going to get rejected on your tax returns. So if you're trying to evade taxes, I think you either won't account for the income, or you'll just lie about it in some other way. But depending on how much money you make, you can get away with tax fraud for a long time. A lot of people do. Recommended a video explaining echo chambers to your email. Check it out. It's great. It's great for understanding conspiracy theorists and how they work. Okay.
Hello, Stephen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. What's up?
We should get the call any minute.
Is that the prison guy? No, that's not. That's the modern day debates guy. I have. What are the wild things that happened to me? What happened, Trader Rain? Wait. What are the wild things that have happened to me? Can I hear a story? Oh yeah, I was supposed to talk about that dream that I've had, but my stomach hurts for some reason. My stomach hurts. I was supposed to talk about that dream about love that I had years ago. There was one time we got woken up by the border agents with rifles. They weren't rifles, they were like... I guess they were rifles, right? Like machine guns or something. I guess there were rifles, technically speaking. We were also supposed to draw the drawing I commissioned you. That's right. Maybe I'll do it now. Maybe my stomach hurts because I'm hungry. Or maybe that'll just make things worse if I eat. Oh, what the heck. Life's one big journey. I'm gonna be right back. Life's an adventure. And you gotta like roll with it. I don't eat enough. That's because people don't donate enough. So I ration food. I'm gonna be right back. And now I have returned. I've eaten a small tomato. I don't have any cats because all of them died. Sadly. They've all died of genetic. Speaking of pure breeds, they've all died of genetic diseases. Yeah, a small one. A small tomato. All right, let's go. Burp, burp. Burp, burp. I will not perish.
Also, where's your mic? What's going on here?
Yeah, where's your microphone, you
So
badass?
because we have a unique circumstance in that Tiger King is zooming, or I should say calling via a phone, like the time you kind of hold up to your head that has a cord coming out of it. We had to do this where he can't call directly into the Zoom call. He's got to call me. And
On the
then
phone. Okay, I got you.
merge the call.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Wait till you see this next one.
It is going to be so fun. You won't even believe it, Steven.
Oh boy.
Wait till you see this next one.
I'd be heartbroken. I'd take a walk. I'd just say, well, yeah, maybe I should have known. But I will say, like, they've been super responsive via email. So if there was any sort of like,
What?
you know, they don't show up,
What a weird
I'd be
debate.
really surprised. I'd be like, wow, like they've emailed me like twice a day. And
Twice a day.
I would just, I would just say, hey, all right, I'm going to take a walk and I'll be all right. But I am excited for this.
I'm
All
not,
right, yeah, it should be fun, yeah.
I'm not excited for
I'm
this.
surprised when people say that
Strange.
debates don't, I mean, I'm sure you would disagree with this, that when people say, oh, debates don't change minds, it doesn't make a difference anyway. You'd probably say, maybe some people it doesn't, but a lot of people it probably incrementally moves them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you can move people over
Imagine-
time. A single debate could change somebody's mind if somebody sees somebody get destroyed. And it doesn't necessarily mean that...
Imagine having thoughts. Imagine having thoughts. I don't know. It depends on the topic. It depends on the debate. So you're going to tell us about your dream? Yes, but later. For now, I'm really sort of out of it. So I have to watch the debate for some bit. And then we're gonna talk about the dreams. About the dreamers. Zapisz grę. Nowy zapis. Boom! Let's wait for all the Destiny Sims to get in here or something.
The debate has moved them because of some huge substantive point. But I mean, it could make you see your content creator or another person in a different light. It could make you see your arguments in a different light. You could be introduced to a new point that could germinate in your mind and over time or something. You know, yeah, there's a lot of ways that
Or it could just
debates
be a
can change
waste of
people's
time.
minds. Yeah,
That's
different
also
things work better on different people. Just depends on that thing. Yeah.
Oh,
That makes
let's
sense.
not say. tell
There's
me
also
much.
something to the idea that maybe a single debate, within reason, like maybe there are some cases, but generally it'd probably be bad if a single debate changed someone, let's say from an atheist to a theist or a theist to an atheist, Republican, Democrat, etc. It might be good that it's just like a piece of the puzzle for them. Like
I
a small
hate
step in
those
their broader search. So what was I thinking? Oh yeah, and then
what? What do you mean? I don't
even
understand
though,
what
because
you're
I do
saying.
sometimes get people that ask me, what about modern day debate having these people that might have dangerous views? You know, we've had people that have had really controversial views. And what if they influence people because maybe they don't have the best arguments? Because my first thought is, well, I mean, do you think these, for example, neo-Nazis that we've hosted some pretty bad apples, do you think that their arguments are more persuasive? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, no, their evidence and arguments aren't
But
as
this is
good.
the
And I'm like,
masculine blue.
why are you worried? Why do you think that they're going to persuade people into their neo-Nazi camp? And they usually say, well, maybe that if they're more charming, if they have a sense of humor, if they're
I have a
even better
sense of
looking,
humor.
these more
I'm
peripheral
better looking.
components might persuade people to them. But the research this is from Hetty and Cassiapo, 1986. It's the elaboration likelihood
Oh my
model.
God, get
To suggest
into
that
it.
that's not actually a long-lasting or an effective way of changing minds. But when they look at the actual evidence in terms of what changes minds, it's arguments and evidence that are logical, evidence-based, and those more peripheral things like sense of humor, looks, don't seem to have the lasting effect that logical arguments and evidence do. So more central routes seem to actually be more persuasive to people. That's something I commonly bring up because we have a lot of people that say, well, what if they persuade in another way other than their argument?
I mean, like, the thing is,
maybe you want to do this.
I think the thing is there's like a totality of things that are always happening, and it's very hard to take one variable out of a person's life and try to analyze the impact of just that variable longitudinally over a long period of time, right? I'm sure, I'm 100% positive that there's probably a huge correlation of people that if you measure the circumference of somebody's like quads or biceps, that's probably heavily correlated with whether or not they have a subscription to a gym or something. But like having a subscription to a gym doesn't give you any muscles. It doesn't do anything, right? But the person that goes to the gym is probably likely to also exercise and do a bunch of other things. A person that listens to a debate is probably also already atypical. They're probably somebody that also engages in other types of political content. They have other friends that are politically motivated, and they watch people that give them political opinions. So you're already outside of the norm, and it's really hard to say, like, well, did one debate or did this
political parents who were oppositionists in the communist era
debate have this influence on a person when it's probably working with a whole conjunction of like other effects as well,
That's so true. There's also some good research on that there is an argument to be made, even from empirical peer-reviewed data, that, like you said, these debates are like a really small piece, and that especially when they go back to their in-groups.
Why are we talking about this now? Oh my God. Should this not be just scraped out of the VOD? Why not scrape this out of the VOD? This is not good. I'm here for the debate with the prison guy. I'm not here to like listen to theory as to whether or not debate works. My family is very political.
They're in groups claiming that they won. It might wash away the effect.
Maybe, yeah. But like it's all like part of it. It's all like a little, all little pieces. Activists are important, voters are important, politicians are important. I think that online content creators are important. We all play like our little roles and everything. No one person is going to move the needle completely on everything, except for those very rare people in history. Your Abraham Lincolns, your MLKs, your Stephen Bonnells. Okay, but for most people, you just are kind of one thing at a time, one piece at a time.
Touche. I think there's even, so I think it was in the 80s. There was more research on whether or not, for example, presidential debates change people's minds. And in a true controlled experiment where you can hold everything constant, is they found like better arguments do seem to make a difference. And like you had said, though, that the evidence, or I should say like kind of the follow-up research, more longitudinal research seems to find that like, whether or not that they're that lasting. I'm not sure, but I think everybody would agree that like this most recent debate was the most, with Trump and Biden, was the most like, you could say it had the greatest effect on any campaign throughout the history of debates and campaigns, at least as far as I know. Does that seem like it might be true?
No.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's hard to, well, you're a philosophy PhD, aren't you? What did you get your degree in? Or was it religious studies?
Psychology.
Oh, psychology. Okay. So the last debate was really important, but it wasn't really important because of debate. It was important because it showed us like meta information about a debate, right? Which had to do with how cognitively impaired we felt Joe Biden was. So the debate was really important, but it wasn't really because it was a debate. It was just because of that performance. Like that theoretically could have been another type of event that wasn't a debate at all, and people could have come away with a similar feeling.
Well, that's not really true, though, is it? Because it was a debate, Joe Biden couldn't use a teleprompter. He couldn't just read lines from a thing, which is something that he can do during different types of events. He has to do it like in real time, think of arguments on his feet. So some of it is pretty debate specific, actually. If you think about it, if you want to measure the cognitive performance. So there you go. I win this debate with the video. Here you go. I've landed a slam dunk argument.
That's a good point. Good
No,
distinction. Good peeling
No,
it
it
apart.
Sure.
It's a very weak distinction. I've torn apart.
Predictions. Let's say your probability that Harris or
Torn it
Trump will
apart.
win. Another question I have is why prediction markets sometimes differ. And I think it's kind of meaningful because I was looking at this just last night. And Poly Market, for example, it had Trump at 52 and Kamala at 47. And then when I looked at Manifold, who is sponsoring DebateCon, by the way, they had Kamala at 52, so she was in the lead there, and Trump was at 47. So almost, yeah, it was an exact switch. And then Predicted, I think it was even more variable. So Predicted had 56% Kamala. This is like totally different from Poly Market, which had 47% Kamala, and it had 48% Trump.
How much of this is
Why
actually
do
the
these
debate
prediction
with the
markets
guy?
differ so much?
I would check. So, do you know anything about stock trading or like what arbitrage means?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, every single money market should be within like 1 or 2 points. Like the only difference in those should be whatever the processing fees are for the platform. If the prediction market, if it's a money market, if it's deferring more significantly than like one.
Munches Lucy, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Baikal Parker, you have rejuvenated me to listen to this debate. Even though we are, 24 minutes in and we're not having any debate. What the hell? Tiger King debates Destiny from prison. Where's the debate? This is clickbait. This is the worst type of clickbait. I'm over half video in and there's no debate. I feel like I've lied to every single one of you about what was going to happen. Ridiculous.
1%, then that means that it's probably asking a slightly different question. Like it might be asking like, do you think the Democrats or the Republicans will win? Or do you think that Kamala will be president instead of do you think Kamala will beat Trump? Because if you say, will Kamala be president versus will Kamala win over Trump, then that market might be taking into account like RFK's chances too. But all the money prediction markets should all be within like a percentage point of each other. It just has to be because of how because of how money works. I can't speak to the mana market on I want to say Manafort. It's not Manafort. On the people that's sponsoring Manifold, yeah. The Manifold, yeah. I can't speak to that prediction market, but yeah.
Huh. Okay. Probability. What do you think is the probability that Kamala or Trump wins?
I don't know, man. We're in a wacky, wild, and unprecedented time. I think that as the time goes on, I feel like right now it feels like it's Democrats' election to lose. If the course remains as it is, it feels like the Democrats are doing really well and the Republicans just can't help but fuck themselves over. But it's possible Republicans could change course and be more effective on their messaging. It's possible that Kamala could say something or do something really stupid or f up. It feels like right now in the political landscape, because the election stuff has taken such a front seat, something that's like really unique that seems to have happened, and maybe this won't be the same going forward, is Kamala seems to have been able to inherit the incumbent gain, in that she's like very recognized in the Democratic Party, so she's got a lot of popularity and a lot of support, without taking on like the incumbent accountability. Whatever's happening with peace deals with Israel Palestine, whatever's happening with the with the state of the economy in the United States, it seems like the only thing, and maybe it was Republicans' fault for focusing on this, the only thing Republicans are trying to pin on Kamala is like the border, because they call her the border czar, instead of trying to make her accountable for the entire Biden presidency.
What a weird
Now,
nickname,
I don't
by
know
the
if
way,
that's because it
border
focus
czar.
tested better, or if it's because that was the only thing they could do, or they just felt like it was a better line of attack. But it's really rough now, because if like a deal doesn't get reached between Hamas and Biden, or Hamas
Like
and
Assad,
Israel, and with
Russian
the USA
Assad.
mediating or whatever, it seems like it's really hard for Republicans to blame Kamala for stuff going on with Biden. So Kamala is able to have like a foot in both worlds, where she's getting like this incumbent advantage without all the incumbent liability, which is a really enviable position to have. But who knows if that'll continue to carry on or not? I'm not sure. But the border czar attacks, I think, were really dumb. It's like the vice president, and I don't feel like they've landed well. But yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
best
yeah.
advice on personal finance, Steven? Because I've seen your tweets on personal finance, and they seem
Oh my
Good.
God.
like, I'm like, okay, it seems reasonable.
Where's
And I
the
get a kick out of
debate?
personal finance. I'm not an expert by any means, but I do like learning
Oh
about
my
it.
God.
I think it was that I saw you on the podcast with PVD, Patrick Bet David.
I don't.
And I think it was,
I
yeah,
don't
you were
care.
talking about time in the market is better than timing the market. Just keep your money in. You're just going to time it wrong. Just save your time as well, because if you're trading, you're wasting your time. But any other thoughts on personal finance? Recommendations you'd make?
Oh my
I mean, are we
God.
talking about, if you're talking about investing, then I mean, like the biggest piece of advice there is like money goes into, like, you max out your 401k, especially whatever your match is for your company. That's number one. Number two is you max out your Roth or traditional IRA contributions. And then if you want to save money in like an investment account, like it's always in broad boring funds. If you're buying stocks, you're gambling, which you can do, but just recognize that's what you're doing. You're only gambling. Stay the fuck away from options unless you're just doing it for fun. This is recreational money. You're gambling. And don't ever, once you start buying broad market funds, don't ever sell your shit like a retard. Don't sell and buy and sell and buy. You're never going to be profitable doing that. Don't ever plan to do that. It's stupid. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other advice you'd give to, let's say, aspiring social media content creators?
Aspiring social justice
One thing
warrior.
that, if you'd have any particular specialized advice that you'd give to them.
Oh, to me. Give me advice.
Probably consistency is probably the most important thing. Like if you're gonna produce content, make sure you're doing it on a consistent schedule so that
Okay,
people can
okay,
reliably
okay.
like see a particular thing at a certain quality at the same time every day, week, or month.
Taking notes. I'm taking notes. There you go. I was supposed to be, I don't know, watching a guy debate another guy from prison, but I guess I'm just taking notes on how to become a better streamer now. Consistency. Remember, we have to be consistent. Consistency is our guide to victory.
Like I would say that like consistency is probably the most important thing when starting out.
Damn, you're right.
We got a call.
I'm very
Okay,
consistent.
1 second. So you won't hear me for a moment because I'm going to try to do this.
Yeah, go for
Here
it.
I go.
Yep.
Go for it, Chief.
Wait till you see this next one. Everybody dies.
Dude.
Not everybody. No. Is that?
I wanted to hear
Hey,
more
hey,
advice
whatever.
on how to be a
Can we
successful
rewind that
streamer.
part?
Yeah, can we? You'll cut
That's-
that.
That's
part.
not.
Who is there anybody in Infinity Ward you get to meet that you're excited to meet?
Am I in trouble?
A little,
Is Barry gonna be mad at me?
dude. I just move on. I wouldn't try
Okay,
to like.
no,
say
we're
what's on.
sorry.
Was this a
Okay,
meme
next
or was this like
question.
like was this planned or?
I would.
Because the way he's acting, it kind of sounds like it's a meme or like a.
I wanted more advice. Come on. I got excited for all the
Pre-acted.
advices.
I can't tell. Was it?
Like,
I don't know if these are like filmed and then like, or if they're live to tape, or if they're like live broadcast live. or-
Thrilled to have you here, Joe Exotic. We are going to kick it over to Destiny for his opening statement. Thanks for being with us. The floor is all yours,
Finally.
Stephen, for that opening statement.
Jesus.
Hey, yeah, real simply, I support Biden over, or well, I guess I would say I support Kamala. I support the Kamala ticket over.
It's not gonna be a long debate. Just saying. 20 minutes. 20-minute debate. Jesus. What a disappointment.
Trump, because I don't think Trump was able to get anything done. Even if I supported Trump's policies, I think that he was an ineffective leader. I think he's a bad business guy. He wasn't able to do any of the things that he promised he could deliver on. And under the Biden-Kamala administration, they've delivered on things that Trump literally said he would deliver on. They got an infrastructure bill passed. They've done a better job at kind of like uniting Americans and working in Congress to pass legislation. And they've had way more accountability for their decisions than Trump, who is a loser and blames everybody else for his problems all the time, constantly, and doesn't take responsibility or accountability for anything.
Thank you very much for that opening, Stephen. We will kick it over to Joe Exotic. Thanks for being with us, Tiger King. The floor is all yours for your 2-minute opening as well.
Well, if anybody knows me, I hate politics, period, because they're all liars. So, unfortunately, I'm supporting Trump right now because Biden and Harris has had the same as Trump had. They've been in there almost 4 years now, and they've done nothing to help people be able to pay rent, pay groceries, pay gas prices. All they want to do is lie. Okay, now Harris is for fracking. For the last 4 years, we've done nothing but EV sales, put in chargers, spend billions of dollars doing that. We're not drilling to produce our own oil and sustain our own country with our own energy, but for what, a climate deal. And now Biden is putting windmills out in the ocean, which is our most fragile ecosystem on the planet. And then him and Harris are giving 10, 20-year leases to the animal rights and the tree huggers for BLM land. So now the forests are not going to be harvested right. Your cattle ranchers aren't going to be able to use BLM land for grazing and raising agriculture. So nothing really makes sense. Not to mention, neither one of them give a damn about what's going on at the border. And it's not just the southern border. We just had, 1 million fentanyl pills caught at the Canadian border. But the only one that people want to complain about is the southern border because that's where the Mexicans are all coming in. But, when we have homeless vets living on the streets and we're giving hotel rooms in New York City to immigrants that are coming into the country illegally and through Biden and Harris's policies right now.
Is that even
America
true?
needs to change. Trump is going to keep us safe from our world enemies. All we've done under Biden and Harris is trade dangerous criminals for basketball players.
Okay, I'm going to be right back because also that deal has been in the works for years. I'm pretty sure it has been in the works even before this administration. I'll be right back. Also, Trump has not fixed any of these issues during his first term, so. Some of which I'm not even sure if are true. A lot of those claims are so vibey based that I don't even know what to do with them, to be honest. We have homelessness while all those immigrants get luxurious, fully furnished villas and $5,000 per month. If that's what the reality that we live in, then America needs to change, I've heard that many years ago from a person from England are struggling. If you like any word, second Joe is gonna say the N word. True. Like, I remember years ago talking to a person from England, and he was like, people here are struggling while all of those immigrants have, like, get a full, huge family houses to live in and get money every single month. It's always the same argumentation.
And ballerinas and give away billions and billions of dollars to fight foreign wars. Not to mention $6 billion to release some more prisoners that we had of someone else's. So, no,
Is that a job at Ukraine? That we're shooting?
America is not safe under Harris at all. I don't think she's tough enough.
There's so many things that are being said here, and this debate will just take 20 minutes? Wow.
Enough to stand up to Russia, China, or anyone else. And you got to think more about you got to get your head out of the abortion center, okay? Because
you got about 15 seconds left.
Everybody's going to die, all right? If we end up in World War III, and Harris is just not tough enough to do it. So there you have it.
Thank you very much for that opening. We will kick it into open dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, I guess I feel like the biggest issue is like Trump had 4 years and Trump just complained about everything. He said that the people that he hired didn't do well work for him. Everybody that's worked with him has said that he's, a loser. He's got a different vice president now because he doesn't like the last one. Like, I feel like when a guy is surrounded by that many people saying, I don't support this guy, it seems like he does a bad job. I feel like, why would I trust this guy for another 4 years?
Okay, well, he was in there for 4 years, but when did the Democrats give him a piece of quiet so he could do his damn job? What, they impeached him twice, and that wasn't good enough? That's just like the situation I'm in. Hell, I left and gave them my zoo, and they still came after me and indicted me with 21 charges. They indicted him with 94 charges to what? Prove a point?
Well, I mean,
it's all crap.
It's part of being a leader.
If you want somebody to do a job, leave them in there and let them do their damn job. They're already planning. They already have blueprints of how they're going to invoke the 14th Amendment to kick him out if he wins. Let the American people decide, not the politicians in Congress decide for us. If the American people want to vote him back in and let him do his damn job. Sit in his chair and shut up.
I mean, we voted in Obama, and McConnell and the Republicans didn't let us have another liberal Supreme Court justice. So it seems like everybody in Congress does this. It's just part of being the president. It's part of working our political system. And Trump seems to be unable to work the political system. When you're the president, people are going to attack you. That's part of being the president. If anybody should understand that, you'd think it would be Donald Trump, right?
What the hell is going on here? How do you even respond to that? Apart from saying in a lot of words that presidents have accountability. Oh boy. Now I'm starting to not wonder why this debate is only lasting 20 minutes. Because how many ways can Destiny say, well, presidents have accountability and Trump is not very competent? It's like, I have a feeling that he'll just repeat this over and over and over again.
No, nobody's going to work with
that Trump's incompetent and that presidents have accountability, and if they commit crimes, then will be charged, indicted, and whatever.
The political system. That's why it needs to be handed back to the people. Okay? First of all, a federal judge should be elected every 4 years. For God's sake, if the American president has to be elected every 4 years, why the hell are we giving a judge a lifetime commitment.
Well, because we don't want judges running for re-election. We don't want a judge making a decision because they're trying to win a re-election. We want the judges making decisions based on law, right?
You're not getting that either way. You're getting a judge that's making a decision whether he's a Democrat or a Republican. Okay, I'm sitting in prison, and I know this. Okay, you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, everybody that got sentenced by a Democrat judge, especially sex offenders, are doing 4 years. Jesus. Everybody that got sentenced by a Republican judge is doing 20 to 30 for an 8-ball of meth.
Well, I mean, don't do drugs in states that are Republican run, I guess. I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, different states. I mean, a lot of the elections for these people are done on your public ballots for your state elections. I mean, that's up to the people to vote for it. You can live in the state that you want. I mean, this is what you guys want when you talk about having the people decide, right? Weak federal government, strong state governments. Every state will do things a little bit differently. And regardless of how a judge sentences you, it's a jury at the end of the day of your peers that convicts you for the crime. So
no, it's not. You don't even know your own system. It's not the jury at the end of the day that decides your system. Your sentence in a federal court.
I didn't say that it's out of your sentence. I said they convict you of the crime. They convict you of the crime.
Okay. Well, the prosecutors are just as corrupt as the judges and the FBI.
Okay. Well, if they're all corrupt, why vote any day? They just don't vote. Who cares then? Why vote at all?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, true. I agree. I wouldn't vote
because whoever I vote for, you're not going to like, and you're going to.
If they're all just corrupt, then why do anything? It makes no sense. Why even complain about it? It is what it is. They're all corrupt. Oh, thank you, Greater, for coloring a zombie for me. Well, not for me, but just, thank you for your efforts. Thank you for your contribution to the system. Thank you. Hello, Ty. That's right. This Lucy stream.
Do everything you can to disrupt his election. And I'm going to do everything I can to disrupt your election. So what's it matter?
True. I think if you support true freedom and giving the government back to the people, we should protest the election or just not vote or write in somebody or vote RFK. I think that'd be the better thing to do.
Why do you think I ran?
Now he's just trolling. Now he's just trying to get an idiot out of the electoral system, which I can. I don't know. I guess I can get behind this. I guess if you're gonna talk. Wait, hold on. This person's out of the system anyway. This person's a prisoner, and the U.S. prisoners cannot vote anyway. So, what was this conversation anyway? In the U.S., prisoners aren't full citizens or something, so they cannot vote. Oh, Barry! Thank you, best streamer Lucy. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for the $15. So why even tell this guy that he shouldn't vote? If he cannot vote as a guy who's in prison. Like all the arguments are moot for this guy.
As your write-in candidate.
For this cheese wizard, you should subscribe and not be white.
Take that stand. So what have you done?
Not that. Do you think people should write in if let's say they were going to support Trump then, because I mean Trump's just part of the system and the FBI is all corrupt anyway. I think those people should just write in Joe Exotic instead. They should all write your name in. We should all vote for you.
Hey, that's the whole reason I've been campaigning for the last 2 years.
Okay, I get behind that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because it's just.
Oh, now he's just want to translate Destiny's secret plan. Destiny's like, all the idiots who are like you should just vote for you, so that no conservative ever has a chance to get into office, and then the Democrats will just win easily. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tiger King, for giving us an easy way to disrupt conservatives. I mean, I think you can campaign from prison. You just cannot vote from prison because the U.S. is a very, very strange place.
It's like the border. Okay, I could solve that border problem with one thing, and that is to vet them, let them in, give them a non-citizen tax number, charge them $50 a month, just like the third world country Belize does. you can stay, you can work, you can be part of society, but you're going to pay your dues because my neighbor gave up 2 legs for this freedom. You're going to pay $50 a month.
Yeah, but don't Republicans call that amnesty? I don't think they'd be in favor of that.
Well, how could that be amnesty? You have to pay your part to get freedom.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Democrats would probably be okay with that. I don't think Republicans.
Did you have any family members in the war?
In which one? Iraq or?
In any war. Any
Yes.
war, buddy.
Yeah, my grandpa, I think, did Vietnam.
Did he live?
He survived Vietnam. He died of lung cancer like 50 years later, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Did he have any friends die in Vietnam?
I'm not sure. He died when I was like
All of
10.
my
I haven't been able to
dad's
ask
friends died
him.
in Korea.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
All of my dad's friends died in Korea. Do you think it's fair for all of them to die so some Nick Wagner can come live and reap the benefits for free?
I don't think that you fight in the military for immigration rules. I think there's a whole
True.
bunch of other things in our country that you
What
fight.
the hell?
You fight in the military, dumbass, for freedom. Okay? The American flag stands for freedom.
That's fine.
Fights in the military for freedom, dumbass. And that's why we should take freedom away from people that want to live here. That is such solid logic. We fight for freedom, so we should take freedom away from others. Huh? Shouldn't that be actually an argument for immigration? Soldiers fought for freedom, so everybody should be free to live here if they so choose. Isn't that freedom as well? And isn't prohibiting that sort of a form of taking freedom away? Am I wrong? Santa's workshop is a worker's paradise ever since the elf revolt. Oh, we'll get those elves back into shape. We'll get them back into chains. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine.
But what you're talking about
You
for
have
immigration
to
is a
pay your
restriction. It's the
price for
opposite of
freedom.
freedom. Yeah, paying prices and having.
Oh, whoops! I cannot believe this. I guess I'm a Destiny tier streamer. Because I've made a Destiny argument before he made it. You've seen it here, live, in whatever resolution I'm streaming. Or maybe it's just because it's the most obvious argument in the world and anybody who has 2 brain cells to rub together should be able to make it. To be quite honest with you. To be blunt and candid with you.
Immigration rules are the opposite of freedom. So you're fighting for something more than just freedom. I agree we should have rules and restrictions around immigration. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying the idea of like having people here who are here illegally pay $50 a month to stay here or whatever. I think most Republicans would be opposed for that. They'd call that amnesty. I think the Democrats would be more likely to support that than the Republicans would.
Uh-oh. Whoa. Whoa.
How do you feel about your neighbor having a farm and not being able to sell milk to his neighbor?
What?
I don't know all the different land and FDA restrictions on that, but I mean, I imagine there's probably reasons why random people can't sell food to other random people for health reasons and stuff. But
Yeah.
Why?
what probably
Back in the 60s, when I
Because,
was
probably because we don't want people to poison other people with food that's below standard. That is usually the reason. Certain produce have to meet certain standards of quality, health, control, etc. Especially that's true with milk, because with milk you can get in with some nasty business.
was born, our milk used to come in a glass container and sit on the porch for 4 hours before we even got up. Well, what has changed other than politics?
250, 300 years ago,
money.
people used to drink mercury when they thought they were sick. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that. My guess is going to be on the aggregate. Milk is probably safer now when people drink it than it probably was when people drank milk out of random cows 60, 70 years ago. That'd be my guess.
So Harris wants to set prices on groceries.
Mm-hmm.
So a bag of chips is only $5. Do you realize how many businesses that's going to put out of business?
I don't think that Harris is going to be able to set prices. I don't think that's going to happen. And Donald Trump wanted to put a 20% tariff on every single country. I don't think that's going to happen. That would be insane, too. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. Donald Trump's got a higher chance of doing that than Harris does, because I think Trump could do that by executive order.
Uh-oh.
Harris is just not presidential quality, period.
Oh.
Okay? It's not.
So we're just gonna skim past that argument. We're just gonna ignore it. Just some inconvenient truths we're told. And it's just, oh, well, she's not just president material because of reasons. I think I jumped into poison. Marsh.
That she's a woman. It's not that she's not black enough. Okay.
Wait, what?
It's not presidential quality, period. Okay. It's not that she's a woman.
Oh.
It's not that she's not black enough. Okay.
Black
the only
enough.
reason anybody's getting behind her right now is because
Since when do you have to be black enough to be a president of the United States? Trump's not black at all. If Kamala Harris is not black enough, then Donald Trump is certainly not black enough to be the president of the United States, I guess. I guess that's a new criteria that you have to meet. You have to be black enough to be president of the United States. Damn. Hello, how is the hubby bubby? Excellent. He's doing excellent. He's making my points. Since he's making my points, I would say he dodged this divorce. We're not divorcing yet. He's doing pretty well in this debate.
because she claims she's black. She's a woman. The Democrats want the first woman to become president and be colored. Everything about Biden and Harris has been about putting black people in the Supreme Court. Oh, we're the first one to put a black person in the Supreme Court. Let me tell you something. The Democrats are so out of control. Okay, the federal government and the prison system will pay $200,000 to cut a penis off of a man and turn him into a woman. But I can't get ketchup on my fries on Wednesdays.
No way.
Okay,
no way trans people were mentioned in this debate. No way. I gotta listen to this again. Something about changing a man into a woman or whatever. No way. Of course. Of course, trans issues can't not be slipped into every single discussion. Hold on.
So, I can't get ketchup on $200,000. Out of control. Okay, the federal government and the prison system will pay $200,000.
$200,000
to cut a penis off of a man and turn him into a woman. But
what? How? Of course, trans issues, and in prison.
I can't get ketchup on my fries on Wednesdays.
Wait, what?
Okay, turn him into a woman. But I can't get ketchup on my fries on Wednesdays.
I have no clue what he just said. Can anybody do some sort of a transcript of what was just being said and write it in the chat? Can somebody transcribe what was just being said?
Off of a man and turn him into a woman. But I can't get ketchup on my fries on Wednesdays. Okay, that's how up the Democrats have this.
What? Why? Why can't you?
We have women waiting to have penises put on in the same prison using the same showers as the men waiting to have theirs cut off.
What?
I mean, that sounds like a pretty niche issue that I don't think the average person cares about that much at all, number one. And number two, even if I thought these were important issues, Donald Trump didn't do anything about it. Donald Trump had 4 years to do anything. He didn't do anything. Even when he had both Republicans in all the Congress, Republicans on the Supreme Court. Donald Trump,
because he spent half his time in court fighting the Democrats.
He's got lawyers. He's a billionaire. He's the president. What do you mean? He's got other people to fight those battles for him. That's part of being the president. They're trying to impeach Biden right now. Yeah, that's what happens when you're the president.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Let's just
agree to
for every month during June of every year, let's just turn the White House rainbow color and have drag shows and make y'all happy.
Oh my God! Of course. Drag time, story hour, whatever, trans, of course. Of course it goes back to that topic. Of course. The last option basically means screw you in Polish. So you're all saying to me screw you, but in Polish. Just so you know. That is what it is. Oh my gosh. Have I actually taken my estrogen? I might have actually not. Hold on. Now I've taken HRT. Drag shows, of course. Why am I even surprised at this point? That it all goes back to that topic. Ouch. Why am I even slightly surprised that eventually it all goes back like cutting penises, drag shows, it's all the degeneracy of the Democratic Party. Oh boy. He can change your gender, but he can get a random condiment on his fries because prisons are barbaric. Amazing. Amazing argumentation from Mr. Tiger. Oof.
Okay.
As an openly gay man, that's disgusting. It should be the American flag, and it should represent the American people. It shouldn't have 1 month the gay flag and all the pillars gay rainbow. It shouldn't have 1 month Black Lives Matter. Where does it stop?
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather the different colored lights outside the White House than 1 month of playing The Apprentice where Donald Trump fires another cabinet member or fires another close advisor or fires somebody else because they wouldn't, follow him on some crazy cockamamie scheme or some
Biden
crazy...
needs to fire somebody.
Yeah? It didn't seem to help Trump very much, no?
It doesn't seem to help Biden other than figuring out how to get more money in his bank account.
Well, I mean, even if that was the case, at least Biden made money. He didn't lose money like Trump did. Sounds like a good leader and a good businessman.
Yes. Stealing it from the American people. My grandmother put in Social Security. My grandmother put in Social Security for 70 years, so the federal government could cut her Social Security. If that happened,
can you pay into Social Security for that long? If you start working at like 7, I guess.
Okay, but Biden can take $5 million from Ukraine as a bribe.
What?
That's why we're handing Ukraine $114 billion so they don't out him.
Just focusing on Kamala and
$5 billion bribe from Ukraine? Why would the president of the United States take bribes from Ukraine? That makes no sense. How would that work?
Trump. Why that can take $5 million from Ukraine as a bribe, that's why we're handing Ukraine $114 billion so they don't out him.
Just focusing on Kamala and Trump, I do want to just redirect us because though I understand how Biden's relevant that he's the actual president while she's the VP for him, I do want to just direct us more towards this upcoming election per se.
How do you? I
mean, Trump had 4 years. He couldn't pass any legislation. He blamed everybody else for everything that happened. Everybody around the world.
How do you pass legislation when the House is Republican and the Senate is Democrat? How are you ever going to pass any legislation?
He had a House and Senate that were both Republican. He couldn't pass anything because he was a loser. Nobody liked him. He couldn't work with anybody.
But again, you're blaming the president when the president doesn't even have that power. You need to be blaming your senators and your congressmen.
Well, how was Biden able to do?
I love how Destiny was like, I'm not even gonna respond to that whole Ukraine bribe thing. I'm not even gonna dignify it with a response.
How was Biden able to do it with the divided Senate?
They're the ones that don't vote anything in.
Okay, well, as part of being the president, you're supposed to help your party. You cheerlead them through legislation. You work with people. You talk with people. You're the leader. That's the whole point.
Can you get your neighbors to get along?
I'm not their president.
Look, if you're the president of the homeowners association, can you get all your homeowners to get along?
You better believe that the people that are the leaders of these things have to get everybody to agree on things. Yeah, that's what they have to. They have to agree on things.
It's the president's job to make them get along. Are they 5-year-olds?
No, but they're representing different constituents with different desires, different hopes and dreams and fears, and that's part of your...
It's the voters' people to make sure they get along, or vote their asses out.
All right, well, in that case, it doesn't matter who's president anyway, so why would you support Trump over anybody else if it doesn't matter? Oh, well, okay, I agree.
That's what we should write in.
Exactly. We should write you in.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, I'm out of time, guys. This has been fun, but it's just like a typical debate. Nobody has an open mind to understand that the American people are the ones that have to change it. Okay? And we're not going to change it by electing in Kamala Harris or Trump. Okay? We got to get somebody that's not a billionaire that was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or a prosecutor, an ex.
Since when was Kamala Harris born with a silver spoon in her mouth? What? Doesn't Kamala Harris actually come from a pretty humble background? With the immigrant mom, with all that stuff.
Prosecutor or an ex. We need a farmer or somebody from the streets that knows how hard it is to pay bills and knows what's going on out here.
Yeah, I think we should.
If you don't like.
I think it'd be good to have a leader that knows how to navigate the political system and get politically effective things done. I think that Harris and Biden have shown they're able to do that. Trump has shown that he's not able to do that. He can barely run his businesses. So,
well, he became a billionaire, didn't he? Is Harris a billionaire?
Yeah, I mean, his dad was rich. I don't think it's that impressive.
Oh God.
I mean, his dad might have been rich, but his dad wasn't as rich as Trump is now.
Didn't his dad ended up passing off like $430 million off to his children afterwards. I think Trump probably would have been wealthy if he just invested his money and did nothing with it. What did he declare bankruptcy on? 11 different businesses? He had casinos going broke in Atlantic City. Like, this guy's not a good businessman. If it wasn't for The Apprentice, I don't know if he would have any money at all left. Like, geez.
Uh-oh.
Harris will never get my support because she politically co-sponsored the very bill that put me in prison.
What?
That's fair.
An agenda to make an illegal monopoly. Okay, you cannot pass a law to make a nonprofit be the only one to make money, and that's exactly what she's done. So in my eyes, she's a criminal, and the American people need to really consider what she has done to the black people that she put in prison, how long they've been in prison. Do you realize that a monkey in this country has more rights in a cage than a human being does in prison?
I don't know exactly what we mean by that, but
I have no clue either.
It means that
a monkey can
the
vote.
justice system that her and Biden stood on that stage at that drive-in movie theater during COVID and promised prison and justice reform was just another lie because they ain't done shit.
How many appeals did you file for your current case?
I'm on my fourth one.
How many appeals do you think the average monkey files to get out of his prison?
He has PETA behind him. He has the Humane Society of the United States behind him. He's got more money than any prisoner does.
What?
I want to give Joe the last word because he's our special guest. First time on. Thanks for being with us, Joe. I think that if my timing is right, you might have to leave. If you have more time, we'd be happy to have you. But I do want to otherwise wrap up and at least get to say thank you.
True monkey business.
Yeah, again, is Trump or Harris, either one of us, them good for this country right now? No. You can watch CNN, you can watch Fox, you can blame it on whoever you want to blame it on. Okay, but it boils down to the American public are the ones that have to change the system, and you got to start throwing some of these crooked bastards out of the system. Okay, just like Senator Mendez, Goldbar Mendez. Okay, they're all corrupt. They're all in it for themselves. They don't give a shit about you. Okay, but Harris is not strong enough to keep us safe from China, Russia, and Iran. She just ain't. Okay, you can have all the gay rights, you can have all the women rights, you can have all the rights you want. But when that nuke or another 9/11 happens, don't blame nobody but your voting self for putting a weak person in office to run this country.
Oh my gosh. So deep.
Wow, all right.
My guess is you might have to go. If you have time, Joe, do you have any extra time? We could keep going, but if you do have to go, I don't want to hold you. I think that we have lost Joe, but we do want to say thank you very much, Joe, for making the time. It has been a true pleasure. Thank you to Stephen as well. It has been a true pleasure, folks. Do check out the links of our guests in the description box. Both Stephen and Joe are linked in the description box. We do appreciate both of them. And I want to say thanks so much for tuning in for this mini debate. We will see you with the next one. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button as we are setting up other debates, especially for this upcoming election season. One last thank you to Joe and Stephen. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks a lot.
Folks, stick around. I'll be back in just a moment with a quick post-credit scene. Looking forward to seeing you then.
Cool.
Thanks, Stephen. It's been a true pleasure. I wish we could do it longer, but that's all we got.
Yeah, no, it's always a fun time to do random stuff. So thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Amazing.
Okay. There. So we talked to Joe Exotic. Oh, Joey.
What was that? All we got is everybody's corrupt. People cut off their penises and drag shows, and besides, things are not good. We're gonna play a game. I'm gonna show you the ultimate game. We have to finish our little tutorial. We're playing an army game. I have to train my resolve. Single player. Campaign. Continue. Woo! Monkeys. Monkeys have more rights than humans in the US. That is my takeaway from that debate. Monkeys have more rights than humans. At least in prison. Monkeys in monkey prisons have more rights than humans in human prisons in the US. Amazing. I'm loving it. The monkey privilege. We're playing a real game as the Nazis, by the way. Oh yeah! After we finish the tutorial, we're gonna play a real game that's gonna bring in all the popularity and all the views. I'm pressing a button. Why can't we continue? Why can't we continue? Please let me continue. I'm pressing any button. Any button has been pressed. Oh. So what am I supposed to do now?
Befehle?
What's the objective? Grab the mines.
Bereit!
There you go. The first mine popped up. I'm sure there's more.
You must use a mine detector to locate mines. To do so, grab it from the truck's inventory. Once in your soldier's inventory, you'll be able to sweep a specific location using the mine detection button inside the item options submenu on the bottom right.
All right. I think that's all of them.
Uh-oh, I almost stepped in. I almost stepped on the mine. Oh, you cannot see? Oh, yeah. That's right.
We're engaged. Get down, everybody. Some Soviet border patrol must have heard us.
Where's the game? Okay.
We will provide suppressive fire. Medic, take care of that man.
Almost walked. He walked into the mine! He literally crawled into the mine. And nothing happened.
Medics are one of the most valuable assets on the battlefield. They're the only ones who can treat bleeding soldiers. While having a medic selected, hover over an injured soldier and you'll be prompted to treat him. Bear in mind, bleeding soldiers will die if left unattended for too long.
Oh no. Where's the medic? Where's my medic? Oh, there you go. Alright, let's treat him. Treat him. I've been playing this in multiplayer with somebody and I didn't know what I was doing, so I frustrated them a lot.
Medics are one of the most valuable assets on the battlefield. They're the only ones who can treat bleeding soldiers.
I'm pretty
While
sure I've
having a
already
medic
heard
selected,
this.
hover over an injured soldier and you'll be prompted to treat him. Bear in mind, bleeding soldiers will die if left unattended.
I don't think
too
this
long.
is supposed to be
They
happening.
know we are here, and more patrols must be on the way. We'll fend off any counterattack. Dig foxholes.
Jawohl!
And if you need more shovels, there's more in the truck.
Jawohl!
When the terrain will not give you cover, you should dig your own entrenchments. Soldiers require a foxhole shovel to dig them. There is a fortification submenu on the bottom right where you can choose what to build. Engineers can erect a wider range of items.
Hehehe, erect. Erect. Get it? Engineers can... whatever. You don't get my humor. You don't get my sense of humor. You don't understand me.
When the terrain will not give you cover, you should dig your own entrenchments.
Yes, I
Soldiers
get it.
require a foxhole shovel to dig them.
Oh my god.
There is a fortification submenu on the bottom right where you can choose what to build. Engineers can erect a wider range of items.
Oh, there you go. Fossil.
Geht's los?
Jetzt get los! How do I change this? The, you know, whatever thing. Let's get los!
Bereit.
I'm gonna build 1 million of those foxholes. I don't have an engineer. I don't think.
Befehle?
Why did it take so long?
When the terrain will not give you cover, you should dig your own entrenchments.
I get it!
Soldiers require a foxhole shovel to dig
Oh
them.
my god.
There is a fortification submenu on the bottom right where you can choose what to build. Engineers can erect a wider range of items.
Yeah, erect. I already made that joke. Where's the...
Here they come! Hold your ground!
Why does the thing keep repeating, by the way? Is he dead? Can you get into foxhole? Get in here. Jesus.
Jawohl. Ja. Ja. Kommt ruhig her.
Is this one dead? Is he dead? Actually? No, he's not. Why can't I select him? What the hell's wrong? Whatever. I think I'm doing well. I built foxholes. I'm doing so well. I'm so proud of myself. Boom, 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 boom. Soldaten. Shooting them. Evil Nazis. I'm supposed to just repeal this way. Hold your position. I am holding my position pretty well. I'm steadfast in holding my position. Against those evil Russians. Apparently in the new thing that you can buy, which I'll be able to buy thanks to your generous donations, you can play as the US, because right now all the choices that I've got are to play as the Soviets or the Nazis, but why not play as the truly good guys, the USers? Why not play as the USers? We're destroying our enemies. Uh-oh, out of ammo. Wait, is there a truck? Oh, there's a truck here. Hold on. Let me retreat this guy. He's out of ammo. Come here, you little buddy. Let's go. Come here. Oh, I think I switched modes. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna get you new stuff. I'm gonna get you more ammo, since you seem to be out. Let's go, medic, medic! Oh. Well, that's useless. That wasn't really helpful. I thought I could get some ammo, but no luck. We'll go back to the foxhole, I guess. Hopefully none of my other guys will run out of ammo, because that would be embarrassing. No, I think it's fine. Only my medic ran out for some reason. So I'm holding position, just like I was supposed to. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my job. I've slept all day and for some reason I'm still tired. Can you believe that? I slept the entire day. I'm still super tired for some reason. I think the quality of my sleep must have been bad. I have weird dreams. Strange dreams involving my father. Russians glitching out goals. Am I just supposed to wait for this whole thing to resolve? It's supposed to be oversleep. I do get weird dreams when I oversleep. It was very strange, but you know, it happens. Things like that happen to the best of us. So what do I do now? What is wrong with this guy? He's like he's dead or glitched out. He's here like a prop. I cannot select them. It's ridiculous.
Jawohl.
Jawohl. Missar. I feel like I should just take my guys and finish these off.
Befehle? Wie lauten die Befehle? Verstanden.
I'm gonna take all of my guys and finish them off.
Angriffsmänner!
Like there are like a billion of us, and like 2 of them, I feel.
Zu Befehl!
Excellent work, soldiers.
Thank you. Let's go back.
Get to cover. We're being fired upon from the village.
Village?
Damn it! We're supposed to secure this area without much opposition. The invasion has not taken these communists by surprise. They seem to have a whole detachment in that village. They fortified their positions with MGs.
MGs?
I need you to take your half of the squad and flank the village from the north. Get those bastards from the side and grenade them out of their festering stinkholes. We will keep them spotted and have the guns pointed this way.
Oh, that guy, that glitched out guy is gone. How do I even find them?
aus?
It's really narrow map. I guess I have to go here. Here. And here. And with the machine gun. So which one of those guys has a grenade? Which one of those guys has a grenade? Flank village. Save. No, don't quit. Oh, grenades. Okay, let's take these guys. In a minute. Secret mission. Am I going the right way? Yes, let's go here. Perfect! Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm doing the mission. Secret commando mission. Let's go, Soldaten. We are proud of this. Mich. Wirklich. We eliminate the machine gun with overwhelming firepower of the grenade. F1. I'm gonna grenade you. Grenade him quickly. Hey, still not dead? Hold on. What the hell? I need more grenades. Where are my guys? Wait, nobody. Okay. One. What the hell? What? This is so stupid. Why didn't the grenade kill him? Oh. I do it. Oh, medic.
Sanitäter bereit. Keine Sorge, es ist nur ein Flarschuss.
Oh, no machine guns left. Might as well come out of hiding. I just finished them. Quite honest. Where's the enemy?
Jawohl, Männer, so muss das laufen. Daneben! Wann geht's los? Achtung! Feindliches Geschoss! Szene? Verdammt! Achtung! Feindliches Geschütz!
Alright, just killed the rest of the enemies. Let's go!
Los jetzt!
Finish the enemies.
Jawohl! Angriff!
Alright.
In Deckung!
Sucht euch Deckung! Alles klar!
Los!
Feuer öffnen!
Damn.
Verstanden!
Brute forcing the level. We're brute forcing this level.
Achtung! Feindliches Geschütz! Geht's los?
einen Marschbefehl?
Last enemy, I believe. All right, let's go.
Was sollen wir tun?
Let's go kill the last enemy. Achtung, Achtung. Sposób receive. Achtung, Achtung. Alright! We did it! We're supposed to do it with more strategy, but you know, it's
It wasn't hard to make them talk. Apparently, Iron
dead.
has yet another platoon in the northern part of the village. Our orders are to take them out. Wait a moment. That tank looks operational. We should attempt to repair and service it. It will make our job much easier.
That's true. That is true. Repair it.
Repair kits are inside each vehicle. If you run out of repair kits, you'll have to scavenge for them.
Ja. Bereit. Oh Mann, habe ich Hunger.
Don't complain. Carabiner, 98k.
Kameraden, es geht los. Unterwegs. Geht's los?
Alright, we're doing this. We're repairing the tank. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, what is going on in class? How much longer will this take? Maybe I should have repaired it with more than just one guy. Maybe that was the whole point.
Zu Befehl.
I guess the tank was really damaged. This is taking a super long time to repair it. Whoa! Can you put multiple healers on the tank? I don't know, actually.
Ja?
Maybe I could. Hold on. Where's the rest of my guys?
Sanitäter hier. Befehle? Haben wir einen Marschbefehl? Wann geht's endlich los? Alles klar. Alles klar, Männer, mir nach. Wie lauten die Befehle?
Oh, it's repaired.
Befehl wird
Too late.
ausgeführt.
Too late, it's repaired.
Bereit. Militär ist unterwegs.
We're all getting inside. Hello, Oren. Oh, Oren. Join the page. Also, Oren, it's been such a long time since you've been here. I actually forgot how you found this stream. I forget how you found me, actually.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
So what now?
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle. Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit. Panzer einsatzbereit.
Jawohl.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
Can nobody drive the tank?
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Jawohl.
Oh my gosh.
Was sollen wir tun? Wann geht's endlich los?
What do I do now? Drive the enemy out of the entire settlement. Where's the enemy? Where's the enemy supposed to be?
Geht's los? Wir rücken aus. Zu Befehl.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
Verstanden. Ausrücken.
Panzer erwartet Ihre
Oh,
Befehle.
never mind. Okay. Now I see what the problem is. Problem is that I'm not very smart. Apologies for not being very smart. Which one? Who has the thing? No. Oh God.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Geht's los?
Okay, which one of you guys has the thing?
Wie lauten die Befehle?
Oh God.
Wie lauten die Befehle? Jawohl. Rücken wir aus?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Where's the... Oh my gosh. No way.
Verstanden.
Okay. Thank God. Here, a parrot guy.
Ja.
I had to repair it further. That was the thing that I needed to do.
Rücken wir aus? Zu Befehl. Schnell jetzt. Ich werde gebraucht. Ja? Jawohl.
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle. Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
Okay, we're gonna repair it to the full and then we're going. with the tank.
Wir sind hier fertig.
There we go. Ready. We are ready to rumble.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
No way. No way, Jose.
Was sollen wir tun?
Alright. Now we're cooking with gas. With tanks. Tank warfare. Tank, 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 tank. Save the game. Woof. Back to back. Alright, what do we do now?
Kameraden, wir rücken aus.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
No way.
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Who's shooting at me? Let's cross the tank. We just brute force this level. Boom! Alright, let's go. We're brute forcing this. I don't care. Oh, come on, let's go. Uh-oh. This is what happens when I want to... Wait, what's shooting at me? Oh, a tank. Never mind. I'm gonna load the game. This is what happens. This is what happens when I get... This is what happens when I'm in charge of things. Get PTSD. My current session. Recent session of this game. Is blindly charge in. That's what I'm used to doing in video games. Blindly charging in. This is the strategy that I'm used to. Perpetuating into infinity. And I'm used to getting rewarded for such behavior. I'm used to being rewarded for just my brainlessly charging in. Press any button. Okay, let's go. We're gonna defeat the enemies this time once and for all. Or something. Using tanks and cool equipment. Jawohl, officer. Monsieur. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna defeat the... Oh, I was about to say the Nazis, but I forgot. I am the Nazis. I almost forgot that I am the Nazis. How embarrassing. The Nazis is me. Okay, let's go destroy the tank. Oh, we have artillery. Everybody's dead. I'm just gonna finish this for now because I'm getting actually really sleepy. I guess we've been streaming for 3 hours, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow because it's been an intense 3-hour stream. Or let's just see what the people want from me. That is always like a good indicator. Sleep or no? Sleep, dummy. No. No. With exclamation mark for good measure. With an exclamation mark for good measure. I actually am really tired. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm so tired. But I am, even though I slept quite a bit. We're gonna finish this mission some other time if I manage. This game actually requires strategy, and you know what they say about me. Just charge in. Oh, you sent art. Let me see. Let me take a look. Let me turn into full screen mode for once in my life. Where am I? Where is this? Okay, let's take a look at the art. Let's take a look at the art real quick. Oh, that is really nice. Okay, let's show it off. This is good for showing off. You also drawn the zombie, right? You didn't just color it. You've drawn it, right? Oh. I see. I thought you did the whole bit. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to judge it just on the coloring. Zombie. This is it. That's the colored zombie. Yep. That's the colored zombie. Ooh. Alright then. I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you for the coloring. Thank you for everything. For all the love in the world, and I'll see you tomorrow when I'll tackle the super important, super serious, super duper topics that nobody else has ever tackled before and nobody ever will. Thank you. Good night.